or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home. From back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England. Yeah, can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, weche, dollof, Ghana dollof. Oh my God, Ama dollof. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom. London. Yes.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on the Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandu. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
The best radio show
all around the world. Broadcasting live online, in your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show.
Starr Radio, radio for the people, by the people.
All right then, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you all to the Starr Radio UK Monday edition of The Morning Show, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
So from now till exactly 12:30 when I bring the curtains down for the program, this is how the program is going to be. But let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to Perry. Good morning to Felix on the way in Aberdeen. Good morning to Mr. Frank Davis, KB Bosman, Vicky Newton. Congratulations to Vicky. She won the councillor position for New Addington in Croydon. Massive good morning to you and congratulations once again. Let me say good morning also to no other one, HRH Linda Pallien, who will be joining us during the course of the program on the Career 101 at 12 o'clock exactly. Massive good morning to you, lady. Good morning to my apologies, Atakofi all the way in Ghana, Niana Najo in Ghana as well, who is the chief of a shaman. Massive good morning to you there. Delta Hammond, Mom, Mrs. Vida Hammond, happy Mother's Day. I don't know, UK, we celebrate our Mother's Day differently from the whole world. And I say, you know what? or we drive on the wrong side of the road, or you people all drive on the wrong side of the road and we drive on the right side. So yeah, we got it right here, right? Well, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers across the globe. Let me say good morning also to no other one but to the one and only Money Man, Mr. Dan Teberi, CEO of GIL Accountancy Service. Money Man, massive good morning to you. Hope you are doing very, very well as well. And good morning to Mr. Olayomi Koiki, Bishop Adeshina, Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi, Anthony Adedeji, Shamsuddin. Good morning to you all there. And those of you who watch us live on Koiki Media platforms, Yoruba Nation platform, United States of Biafra platforms, we salute you. Eben, good morning once again to you in Cape Town, South Africa, and to Antonio as well. Good morning. Eben will be bringing you some Torres clips that I'll be putting on the show from the next month. I will be reading. That is Time for South Africa, or a visit to South Africa, and the tourist attractions and everything there. We'll be bringing you reviews of that whilst. Yeah, and then like I did talk about Health with Patricia, that program is also going to be coming your way. So there are a few things that we've lined up on Star Radio UK, and I want you to be part of it. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 12 minutes past the top of the hour. So cracking on, the quote for the day, it says, it says, one's ability to move in the face of past challenges will be influenced by their willingness to let go of the past. You have to let go of the past to be able to move on. Well, if you're one of those who cannot let go of the past, then boy, stay in there. You'll not be going that far, because you still have the strings and the strands still holding you bound. Well. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Once again, our councillor Vicky Equia Newton. Yes. Massive good morning to you. And once again, congratulations, as I did say earlier on, for winning that councillor seat. We are so proud of you. Okay, and that would be lovely to visit us in the studio. Congratulations once again. And to Rowena, we know she didn't, but she did very, very well. Looking at the gap, that was just less than 1,000 or something. Rowena, massive good morning to you there as well. Okay then, now ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, we pouring on, and yes, so moving on straight to the weather front. What has the weather got in stock for us this morning? As I did say, for London and southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you. Interestingly, Saturday we had a very nice weather. It was all sunny, and then I remember going about in the house doing some gardening and cutting the hedge and all doing. It was lovely, but it came in yesterday and everything seemed to be going down, and today is a bit cooler than it's been a little while. Now, any lingering showers will clear to the south early on this afternoon. It will then stay dry and variable cloud and sunny spells, this becoming lengthier in the evening. Tonight we'll see mostly clear skies and a few areas of isolated cloud. It will be a cold night and a variable to light winds with a frost in places. Back to winter. Well, temperature is going to be 13 degrees. The lower is going to be 3 degrees. UV level is going to be moderate. Pollen is going to be low, and pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset 20:39, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:15 hours. And this is the Star Radio UK Monday edition, the Monday edition of the morning show. And I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. We are moving on straight to the travel updates as well, wherever you are, as we saw on this platform. Keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads as we keep it navigated. Our promise, our bond. What have I got on your travel this morning? For those those of you using the underground this morning, I can tell you assuredly good service throughout. The London Overground is experiencing part suspension between Clapham Junction and Surrey Quay. So if you are using that, please check it out. That aside, all the London Overground services are running a good service. DLR is running a good service, and London Tramlink good service there as well. We'll move on straight to the major roads in London. Let me tell you what is happening there as well. So keep your eyes on the roads, of course. Now, A12 and A20 are all experiencing serious delays. If you can avoid that, do your best to do so. That aside, all the others have no exceptional delays. And we move on straight to the river bus, where I can tell you good service throughout there. My apologies. The landing cable car is also running a good service, bringing it to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail, where I say it once again. Well, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I'll keep you navigated. Now, Gatwick Express, Greater Anglia, Southwestern Railway, Southern, Southeastern are all running special services. Also, Thameslink and Transport for Wales special service. That aside, all the others are running a good service there. And that's why I'll say it once again, as I normally will. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. We take a quick commercial break. And once we come back, I'll be taking you global trotting. So stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:18 or 18 minutes past the top of the hour, and we go global trotting. Okay, here in the UK, what have I got for you? The Prime Minister is fighting back for his position, and well, he says, "I will prove my doubters wrong," says Starmer, as he tries to convince Labour MPs to back him. Of course, like every government, we've made mistakes, says the Prime Minister after Labour suffered election losses on Thursday. But we got a big political choice right now. Do you think it's good for him to be there, or the best way is out? All right. Now, you want to know more about that? You got to stay tuned. British Steel set to be nationalized. That's what Starmer is saying. Now, he didn't say anything about the North Seas. Yeah, we think that, well, if people are struggling and all those things, you say, oh, let's leave all those bits. Well, somebody say, if you go there, then the Greens will say, aha. If you don't go there, Reform will say, aha. So what do? Well, we'll be telling you more about all that is happening there. But those are the major stories making the rounds in the UK. Now, in other stories as well, US and French nationals test positive for hantavirus after leaving ship. Some are scared because they're thinking that, well, this hantavirus is behaving like how the COVID was behaving back in the day that led us into all the lockdown and the financial crisis that followed suit. But wherever you are this morning, I really hope that you are gearing yourself up. And then those who are involved will take the necessary caution to protect themselves. Now, in other stories making the rounds this morning in US of A, Trump seemed to be calling, Trump is calling Iran's response to US proposal to end war totally unacceptable. Now, Iran is reported to want lifting of the U.S. naval blockade, recognition of Iranian sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, and compensation for war damage. And they are saying, no, sir, Mose. Okay, they are thinking, so how do we build all those things that you've destroyed? Now, body of a U.S. soldier who went missing in Morocco has been found and identified. What happened to him? And then Trump is touting America's flag blue paint job on Lincoln Memorial, reflecting the pool. Okay, and while Canada is seeing its biggest military recruitment surge in 30 years, those are some of the stories making the rounds there in the Latin American area as well. As we go on, how many more weeks more for the World Cup to commence? Notorious hotspot at end of the world denies causing hantavirus outbreak. Saying that city of Ushuaia, where experts have been sent to investigate the origins of the outbreak. I will tell you more about the Mexican parents criticize ending school year a month early for World Cup. Well, for security reasons and for any reason, well, if they need to do so, well, they're taking the decision. Trump and Lula private office meeting signals lingering strain and efforts to avoid tension. And could dangerous weather impact the FIFA World Cup this summer? That's some of the questions that people are asking. Yeah. Okay. Now moving on to Europe now to tell you what is happening in there. In Europe, well, French nationals show symptoms on return from hantavirus hit ship. 5 passengers of the MV Honduras will be quarantined in Paris until further notice, France Prime Minister has said. And Putin says he thinks Ukraine conflict is coming to an end. How? Well, Steve Rosenberg said that this year's Victory Day parade in Moscow felt very different because there were no big military hardwares being paraded and stuff like that. Where are they? They didn't want to use it just in case Ukrainians decide to fly a drone or something to come and hit the place, and then there will be a big bam, 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 and that will be, oh, you gathered everything there, and then they use that. Okay, so, well, that didn't happen, but well, it's signaling that the war is coming to an end pretty soon. But what do you think about all that? We'll be bringing you more about that. In other stories, making the police has found a body believed to be a fugitive Australian shooter. A body found in New South Wales is thought to be that of a man wanted over a triple murder. And then in Philippines, Vice President Sara Duterte impeached for a second time. Interesting. All right. And Trump's China visit set to test fragile truce. And let's see what is going to be happening from there. 3 days after volcano erupts in Indonesian island. There are some of the stories making the rounds there. This is all Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now moving on. In the Middle East as well. What's going on there? Now, his father had just been buried. Then West Bank settlers forced him to dig up the body. Why? Okay. Now, Iranian Nobel laureate given bail and hospital transfer. Well, what has gone on? An Iranian activist tells BBC how fear of war restarting intensifies trauma of repression. Well. And then in another story, Iran accuses US of reckless military adventure and fears of renewed Gaza war as Hamas disarmament talks stalls there. I'll be telling you more about all that as we go on Starr Radio UK on the African front as well. As we continue, information that I put across earlier on. Well, South Africa's president faces call to resign after court ruling that he needs to stand trial. He could be impeached or whatever it is, or say. So we're going to be looking more about that as the program goes on. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'd rather live in hiding in the US than return to Somalia. That's somebody saying. Ethiopia woman's joy at rare quintuplets after 12 years trying to have a baby. Well, you were waiting for one, and then suddenly you have 5 coming in at the same time. Boy, buy one get 4 free. Former Botswana President Festus Mugai dies age 86. There are some stories making the rounds on the African front. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So on the African front, well, France is seeking fresh start with Africa. So you know what? We're going to be good pals with you, like back in the day, things have not taken the way that we really wanted it to take along. But hey, now we are back. So we'll be telling you more about that. Do you think that is a good thing, or because they say that they are losing momentum or losing power in their quest to be world leaders, and especially falling out with their former colonies? Well, maybe. With everything that is going on, it will help them to look as to how they've treated their former colonies. But Starr Radio UK is a station. We're going to be bringing you more on that front, that wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Let's move on. Still on the African front. Well, so French President Emmanuel Macron used a 2-day economic summit in Nairobi to defend Europeans' engagement in Africa, drawing a sharp contrast. But do you think their role has benefited the continent, or has been one that has actually brought down the continent prospects? What do you think about all that? We're going to be bringing you more about that. And Macron tours East Africa in break with Francafrique. All right then. Now moving on to other stories as well. Moving on straight to Niger. Niger far right number 2 blasted for not condemning reform councillor who said Nigerians should be melted. Melted into what? Okay, it's quite an interesting one. I know all my Nigerian viewers and listeners will be following very, very soon, and I'll be bringing you all that. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Now, we are fighting oppression, not Tinubu, SDP flag bearer is saying. NECA expresses concerns over new NNPCL refinery deal, which is quite an interesting one. I'll try to bring you details of that. And Nigeria government threatens not to honor World Bank loans delayed beyond 6 months. Why? And if they fail to honor that, what happens? It's going to impact their economy and everything. And then what else? Well, what else? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. In Ghana, nurses, doctors, and others to get 15 what? More going to be coming away. Wow, one NDC MP. It is his party, it's her party that is in power. However, she is on her knees begging, say it's no longer a pothole, but a manhole. NDC MP kneels to beg for her road to be fixed. So if somebody who is part of the ruling government, okay, is associated with the ruling government, she belongs to the party, and she is on her knees begging, then what hope have those of us who are not there, or people who are in other communities where they don't have, they are not part of the government, or even not associated with any of the parties? What hope do they have? Well. This all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, Ashanti region. Mahama cut sword for 1,000-unit Green City housing project at the Desuya. We'll be telling you more about that. And Rent Control Commission cracks down on exorbitant hostel fees around KNUST. And this is Starr Radio UK. A High Court overturned 33.3 million arbitral award, now US dollars, against Jasmore Construction. Now, this and a lot more I'm going to bring your way. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. We take a commercial break. We come back and we continue with the show. Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home, from back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, benku, weche, dolof, Ghana dolof. Oh my God, Ama dolof. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom, London. Yes.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's look at what is happening. Kicking off to bring you the details of all the stories making the rounds this morning. Well, this morning, the Prime Minister has been fighting back for his position to give reassurance that, hey, I am here to stay and I'm here to do what I was elected to do. Well, Prime Minister Keir Starmer has vowed to prove his doubters wrong as he tries to see off a leadership challenge following Thursday's election result. He says, like every government, we've made mistakes, but we go to the big political choice. We've got the big political choices right. Now, addressing Thursday's election, he says Labour's losses hurt. I get it. I feel it. I take responsibility. Now, Starmer says he felt any leadership contest rather than resign. He will fight any leadership contest rather than resign. Has he done enough? That's the question that people are asking. One Labour MP, Catherine West, has already said that she could try to challenge Starmer's leadership if no cabinet minister steps forward. Now, meanwhile, former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner has told Starmer that what we are doing isn't working and has called for Andy Burnham to come back to Parliament. Well, they are calling that Andy Burnham, but in his own backyard as well. People lost their the council seats there that they have. The Labour MPs there, they lost their council seats there as well. So the question or the issue now is, what do you think is the way forward for them? It's clear. Virtually, I've talked about this several times, where I talk about the fact that the Prime Minister or Labour as a party, if they are not careful and they just want to go with, he appointed, what do we call him? Somebody, what's the name of the one Keir appointed to be UK ambassador to the US? You have to. Okay, that's homework for you. And then they were saying, oh yeah, because he made an appointment, they needed to be gotten rid of. And I was saying that, look, he took a risk, a gamble. Did it pay off at the time? Yes, it did. But for the fact that this Epstein issue had gone on, and Peter Mandelson's name was released, and then I know there are some other security base that took place there, as whether he, after all that and he get into that position, was still using that to do stuff that I cannot say. I don't have any information pertaining to that. However, looking at what happened to the Conservatives when
after the party gate, they push. We need to get what do you call him, Boris out, and blah blah blah, and that he lied to. And then they went on because they were following what Labour was saying. The Labour leader at the time, boom, 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 and then they got rid of him, weakening them because he was a winner for them, right? Then after that, we had the shortest. Shortest not by stature, but shortest time. Prime Minister Liz Truss taking over, and then when Liz Truss came with her budget, reining in no other one but the first black, I would say that first black Chancellor of the Exchequer. And by so doing, Kwesi Kwarteng, and then with their budget and everything just went pear-shaped. And they had to leave office. Okay? That was after she fired the finance minister, and the people thought, no. And the market and the financial situation of the UK just went pear-shaped. Very bad. Okay? Then we had the Scrabbles coming in. This one is going. Then in a space we had who coming in. Who after that who came. So that stability that they needed, so that they could have looked at things properly and gotten through the tough time, wasn't there. Okay, and that's how they managed. Though they were doing some good things, because we talk about the fact that during the COVID. And then government had to find monies. I've forgotten. Money man will be telling you the name of it. It's called umbrella money, helicopter money, where people were being paid. Business and then all these monies that were coming into people, though people were at home and stuff like that. We know the challenges that came with all those things, and the fact that government managed to hold the public together. And though businesses went down, yet people were able to survive, and now people will not go, losing hope and destroying everything. But upon all those things that happened, it came that when Boris was out and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and Rishi Sunak took over when we went for the election, the polls were against them, the opinion polls were against them, and the re-election to boom, and they were wiped out. And I've been saying that if Labour is not careful and they want to just continue to copy, this one they didn't do that, get rid of him, you're going to be in trouble. Big trouble. I promise you. Because lessons have to be learned. Now, with what had happened, I believe that Keir Starmer will sit up and take the necessary measures to make sure that he turns the tide to their favor. All right? Good. Well, I don't know what you think about that. Some are saying that this was billed as a make or break moment, but for some MPs, their mind was made up and the Prime Minister didn't change it. One critic told me, no one has come close to where he is now in the polls and come back. He's just wasting our time. Another pointed out that even his big offer to the party and country nationalizing British Steel was caveated, subject to a public interest test. A senior Labour figure who has been close to Keir Starmer pointed out there was no substance on the cost of living, no pound in your pocket answer, and nothing substantive on immigration and defense. I'm not getting the sense that it's been seen as a poor speech by MPs, just not transformational. A delivery is fine, but no real substance, texted a former Labour official. But perhaps the most relevant response was this: it doesn't matter what I think. What does Catherine West think? And who is Catherine West? Well, I'll be telling you more about all that. Or you can text your comments to us as we go on. Should Keir stay or should Keir go? Should I stay or should I go? Bum, 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 bum. That's a big question today. But wherever you are this morning, this is Starr Radio UK. And that seems to be what is happening in the UK front today. What do you think? Let me hear from you. Exactly at 12:45, I'll activate the line and then you can add your comments there. Exactly at 12 o'clock, we're in the first part of the program to close to cross over to Cyprus, where we'll be bringing you HRH, Linda Pallien, on the show. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. All right. Well, in the U.S., President Trump has said that Iran's response to the U.S. proposal to end the war is totally unacceptable. Now, President Donald Trump has dismissed Iran's response to U.S. proposal to end the war as totally unacceptable. Iran's semi-official Tasnim news agency said Tehran's proposal sent via Pakistan, which has served as a mediator, included an immediate end to the war on all fronts, a halt to the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports, and current guarantee of no further attacks on Iran. A ceasefire meant to facilitate talks to end the war, launched by the U.S. and Israel in February, has been largely observed despite occasional exchange of fire. Now, earlier this week, Trump repeated that the war in Iran will be over quickly. Now, but Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium must be taken out before the war against Iran can be considered over. I know Russia has given the option that they will take it out. Now, there is still enrichment sites that have been dismantled, that have to be dismantled, Netanyahu said in an interview. According to Iranian state media, Tehran's proposal includes a demand for compensation for war damage and an emphasis on Iranian sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. On Sunday, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian did not directly reference Tehran's proposal, but said, "We will never bow our heads before the enemy, and if talks of dialogue or negotiation arises, it does not mean surrender or retreat." Now, Trump posted on his Truth and Social, "I've just read the response from Iran's so-called representatives. I don't like it. Totally unacceptable." Now, U.S. news outlets Axios reported that the one-page 14-point U.S. memorandum includes provisions such as suspension on Iranian nuclear enrichment, the lifting of sanctions, and restoring free transition or transit through the Strait of Hormuz. It cited 2 U.S. officials and 2 other sources, all unnamed, whom it described as briefed on the issues. Now, these sources were reported as saying that many of the terms laid out in the memo will be contingent on a final agreement being reached. Now, Iran has continued to block the strategic strait, prompting a rise in world oil prices. Normally, about 20% of the world's oil and liquefied petroleum natural gas passes through the strait. The U.S., for its part, has been enforced a blockade of Iranian ports to exert pressure on Tehran to agree to its terms, a move that has infuriated Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me announce the lines open. It's now 11:44, but the lines are duly open. Call us by Teams. Just look for Starr Radio UK, and I will get you to speak on Starr Radio UK. All right then. But if you have any comments or anything to say, that you are too busy, you can't say it, you can just post it on the platforms that we are broadcasting on. Be rest assured of one thing, I will bring it to the fore. All right then. So let's move on to the Starr Radio UK rest of the morning show. So we plod on. And where do we plod on next to? Okay, I'm trying to skip a few. Okay, This is one of the stories that happened a couple of days ago. U.S. authorities are investigating the cause of a suspected explosion aboard a boat that injured 11 people in Miami, southern Florida. Miami Dade Fire Rescue Battalion Chief John Arias told reporters that emergency crew responded to reports of a possible boat explosion at Haluva Sandbar, a popular tourist attraction. Just bear with me there. Okay. We'll come to that. Let's see whether you can still hear me. Yeah. All right. See what happens when we bring you some of the. Okay. Now, officials have not revealed the cause of the explosion, but information coming through our news network says that Miami Dade Fire and Rescue for further details have not gone through yet. We saw 3 people fly out of the boat. Eyewitnesses and local boat charter Patrick Lee said, I just saw a lot of them with burns all over them, and I said, this is a hot fire. Lee added, it is quick, but it's high octane gasoline, and so a lot of them got burnt and it was an explosion. Now videos from the scene appear to show a helicopter landing close to the Miami Marina with emergency teams carrying at least 1 injured person on a stretcher. 5 fire and rescue teams were joined by the U.S. Coast Guard and Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation responding to the incident. Haluva Sandbar is billed as a popular tourist marina in Miami owing to its clear and shallow waters. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, how many more weeks to the World Cup, and an action that have been taken by the Mexican government? It has infuriated the parents there. Now, parents in Mexico have criticized a plan to end the school year a month early so the country can accommodate increased travel during the FIFA World Cup this summer. Education Secretary Mario Delgado said the school year will end on the 5th of June, leaving parents across the country with less than 4 weeks to find additional child care. Now, after parents and employers associations objected, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum appeared to soften the announcement, describing it as a proposal. Now, Mexico, along with the US and Canada, is due to host the international football tournament from the 11th of June to the 19th of July. Now, Delgado's announcement on Thursday cited both elevated traffic due to the World Cup and extreme heat forecast to hit the Latin American nation as factors in the decision to end the school year early, which he said was made unanimously with individual states. The official start of the next academic year will remain the 31st of August, he said, but added that 2 weeks of strengthening learning will take place leading up to the date so students did not fall behind. However, the sudden change of schedule prompted immediate anger from parents. The children are currently in the middle of their evaluations and they've already been told they will be evaluated based on whatever they have. Now, what kind of response is that? One told Mexican newspaper El Universal they want the city empty for the tourists and we're left wondering what we'll eat. Another was quoted as saying, noting that the cost of summer activities. The National Union of Parents condemned the unilateral decision, describing the use of the World Cup to cancel classes as inexcusable. So, if you're listening to us and you're hailing from that point of the world, what do you think is the way forward? Government wants to do A. He said no. So, what is going to happen? Now, if during that time, okay, so the event is supposed to take place start from the 11th of June. So from 11th of June, and then there is so much traffic. So let's say 3 weeks, the school term. So the school term will end. Let's say end of June. Then the tournament continues to the 19th of July. So let's put it that way. And whilst all those things are going on, what do you think is going to happen? When you are caught in traffic for a very long time, or tourists who have come there are not being able to move around swiftly as they want. Well, you can't cut your nose to spite your face. Some way, somehow, you have to find a middle ground. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's quickly come to Europe, as our time seems to be flying like no man's business. All right then. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin has suggested Russia's conflict with Ukraine could be drawing to a close. Speaking after Saturday's scaled-back Victory Day military parade in Moscow, he said, "I think that the matter is coming to an end," referring to the special military operation in Ukraine, while condemning Western support for Kyiv. The parade, marking the Soviet victory in the World War II, lacked the usual display of tanks and missiles, as authorities feared Ukraine might target Red Square. Was I right or wrong? A U.S. brokered ceasefire reduced the danger of attacks, and the parade passed off without incident. However, Ukraine and Russia later accused each other of violating the 3-day truce. Putin's comment came just hours after he used his annual Victory Day parade to justify the war. In that speech, he said Russia was fighting a just war and called Ukraine an aggressive force that was being armed and supported by the whole bloc of NATO. Now, later, when asked at the news conference about the West helping Ukraine, Putin said that's the West, promised assistance and then began fueling a confrontation with Russia. That continues to this day. I think that the matter is coming to an end, but it's a serious matter. Russian forces seized Crimea and parts of eastern Ukraine in 2014, then launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Putin said he would only meet Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky once a lasting peace deal was agreed to. Now, if a lasting peace deal has been agreed to, why should the Ukrainian president come to meet him? He said a meeting in a third country is also possible, but only once final agreement have been reached on a peace treaty. For a long-term historical perspective, to take part in this event and sign a treaty, but it must be a final step, he continued. So would Zelensky agree to that? Because we know that Trump was trying to push that they cede some of the countries, the areas that, or the states that Russia has captured to Russia. And they're saying, no, we don't want to do that. Well, let's see how it all unfolds. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, we have to go because our time is running so swiftly. And at 12 o'clock, we have to take a break and bring you Career 101 with HRH, Linda Pallien. Now, in Africa, or on the African continent, now leading South African opposition figures, Julius Malema, has called on President Cyril Ramaphosa to resign after the Constitutional Court ruled Parliament had violated the Constitution by blocking moves to impeach him in 2022. The judgment follows a legal challenge by Malema's economic freedom fighters and others and could result in fresh impeachment proceedings. Ramaphosa's office said he respects the judgment. 2022, an independent panel said he may have a case to answer after burglars stole $580,000 in cash hidden in a sofa from his rural home. The theft led to allegations that he had not accounted for where the cash had come from. The president denied wrongdoing, but impeachment proceedings were blocked 4 years ago in a parliamentary vote. At the time At the time, Ramaphosa's African National Congress had a majority in parliament, but since the 2024 general election, the ANC has been governing in a coalition. Now, following the judgment, Ramaphosa's office said he reaffirms his commitment to the constitution, the independence of the judiciary, and the rule of law. The statement said that the president had been consistent in providing his full assistance to all inquiries into the matter. President Ramaphosa maintains that no person is above the law and that any allegation should be subjected to due process without fear, favor, or prejudice. But what do you think? Do you think that's going to happen at all? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio, okay? I've got 5 minutes to take a break and take you to Cyprus, where HRH Linda Pallien will be operating from. All right, then. Well. Okay, let me leave that one and let's touch on some pertinent other issues. The federal government, that's in Nigeria, has called on the World Bank to expedite the approval and disbursement of projects funds to Nigeria, threatening not to honor any loans delayed beyond 6 months. A statement issued at the weekend by the Director, Press and Public Relations of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, the OAGF, Bawa Mokwa, noted that the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Shamsildin Ogunjimi, made the call in Abuja during a courtesy visit by the World Bank delegation led by a manager of the World Bank team, Trade Line. He stressed that the facilities are loans that the country is obliged to repay, not grants. According to him, prolonged delays in the approval process could undermine the government interest in assessing such facilities. Of course, now if approvals take more than 6 months, the Nigerian government may no longer honor such arrangements, he stated. Because if we are saying that we wanted to get a car, I'm just citing an example, or let's say a bus for all our schools, children, so that it can move them give them military protection to and fro their homes to schools, and that to some way somehow quell the menace of insecurity in Nigeria. And we are looking forward to doing that, and you are waiting for 6 months before approving whatever thing. Meanwhile, he's saying that is not a grant. If it's a grant, you take it, you don't pay it back. But if it's a loan, then the question is, it's something that has to be paid back, and we need that money to invest in that particular field so that we can have the proceeds of that and be able to pay you back on that. And if you are delaying, then what, of course, do you expect? But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be quite an interesting one with the World Bank. What is going to be their reaction? And this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I can see a stranger approaching, a stranger who I have not seen for a few days. But let's move on. Now, President Macron has defended Europe's role in Africa as he seeks to reset the relationship. Well, I think that story is not loaded, so I will leave that out and let's move on straight to one other story from Ghana, and we'll bring the first bit of the program to close, and then we'll take you to Cyprus, where HRH Linda Pallien is going to be this morning or afternoon, because we've got a couple of minutes more. Now, 28 Ghanaian human trafficking victims have been rescued, repatriated from Cote d'Ivoire. The 28 Ghanaian nationals are mostly young people who fell victim to a sophisticated human trafficking network in Cote d'Ivoire, have been rescued and repatriated to Ghana. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has announced the victims arrived safely in the country on May the 10th, following what the ministry described as a successful operation involving security operatives and officials from the Ghana embassy in Abidjan. In a press release issued in Accra on May 10, that's yesterday, the ministry said the rescued persons were currently assisting with investigations aimed at dismantling the trafficking network and prosecuting those behind the operation. Now, the rescued human trafficking victims are safely in Ghana and currently assisting with further investigation, the statement read. The government of Ghana also commended the authorities in Cote d'Ivoire for their cooperation and intelligence sharing during the rescue mission. The government of Ghana conveys commendation to our Ivorian authorities for the effective collaboration and shared intelligence, the ministry noted, adding that the Mahama administration was deployed in every effort to bring the masterminds of the criminal network to justice. But how do people fall prey to that? If they fall prey to that when they are desperate. So the people themselves are desperate. They don't have any hope for themselves. They don't know what to do next for themselves. And of course, that leads to whatever. So they want opportunities. Man have to survive, right? And then they get on, and some way, somehow, they find themselves inside a situation. We take a commercial break. We come back. I'll be taking you to Cyprus, where HRH Leonard Pallien will be bring you Career 101. But until then, let's continue. Let's take this commercial break, and I'll see you in a moment.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on the Veta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders.
Good afternoon to you in sunny Cyprus. Yes, it's sunny here in the UK, whether you like it or not. London, I even have a t-shirt on, vest only. Linda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Archie. You forget that you're live and I can see you.
Okay. I didn't know that I changed into. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
We're also doing very, very well. How is Mr. Pallien?
Fantastic too.
Great. Now let me ask you a quick question before we go on. How is the Brexit thing, the umpires that is going on, how is it affecting the expertise?
That's the general sentiment.
Okay, listeners, that is for your information. That's what is happening outside the UK when it comes to the Brexit, the uncertainty, and what should people do next. But it is now time for us to talk about Career 101. So, Linda, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about sales and selling yourself and your skills. And I think it's very timely, actually, in this Brexit environment, talking about selling yourself effectively so that in the uncertainty you still master the art of putting across your value and your skills and your services. Okay, interesting. So when you talk about sales or selling yourself, somebody is thinking now, wow, what is he talking about? Am I going to put myself in a very nice package, place myself outside there, put a price tag on myself, and they say, who wants to buy me? So what do you mean by selling yourself? Absolutely. And I would encourage people to think about it like that, literally selling yourself, wrapping up yourself in a nice package and putting a price tag on yourself. Because when we talk about sales, A lot of people think of sleazy salesmen that are going to force you to buy something you don't want, don't need, and all of the psychological tricks that people play on you. But actually, we're all selling ourselves, and sales is something that we all do all the time. The biggest example I say is when you're dating someone, you're selling yourself. You appear literally, and you're like, "Oh, this is me. I dressed up nicely. Would you like a piece of this, or do you want to get to know more?" Do you know what I mean? You're selling yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you're selling yourself to your family in a job interview, to clients as well, you're still selling yourself. So it's really important that you know how to do that properly.
Okay. So how do you do that then?
Okay. Before we talk about that, sales is your CV, your LinkedIn, your cover letter. They're all sales documents.
Okay.
And you need to think of it like that. A lot of people think, "Oh, I'm just going to write what I've done," and it's just an account. But it's a sales document, and just like you would package a nice product to sell to the market, or you would write a proposal for a tender, you need to think of your CV and your cover letter and your LinkedIn and your online profile, your Facebook page, your business Facebook page, if you've got that, exactly as a sales document. So what do you need to communicate to ensure that people are interested and you're bringing them in to inquire more? So just like a shop window will have like the lovely displays, to have that eye-catching sentence, that eye-catching talent, that eye-catching skill that people will say, "Yes, I want more of this." Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you need? Let's go to that. There's 4 things to be aware of when it comes to sales. Okay. The first thing is it's a needs match process.
Okay.
Supply and demand, in other words. Okay. You're going to be selling yourself to somebody who needs your service, and vice versa. The only reason why someone will employ you is because they need someone to do that role, or you're fulfilling a need that they want. So you don't just get employed because you've got a degree, or because you want a job, or because you know somebody. I mean, that might work in the short term, but not sustainably. It's usually because they employ you for a particular service and skill. And therefore, you're not just a seat warmer, you need to provide that service or skill that they employ you for.
Okay.
That's first of all. Second, you have to give value in exchange for money. So this touches again upon the first point. It's a value money exchange. A lot of people think you're just being paid for your time, or as long as I show up, I'm going to get paid. If you're not given the value, over time you'll be found out, and it doesn't work. The third aspect of sales is perceived value versus actual value.
Perceived value versus actual value.
And we all know this, where you know somebody who works really hard, and all their colleagues will tell you, "Oh, they know everything." You ask them for any question, they'll be able to solve it. They solve customers' problems, they go above and beyond, but they're not being paid their worth. They're not being paid any more than anybody that comes in and does the bare minimum. Okay, and that's where the perceived value and the actual value. So when we come to how to sell yourself, I'll give you the solution to that.
Okay.
But this is really important. When you're working really hard and not being paid your worth because the managers don't see it, there's a mismatch between perceived value and actual value. Okay. And then the last thing is value needs effective communication. Okay, you need to be able to communicate this value so that perceived value matches actual value.
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes you're amazing, but if you're not telling people about it, then they don't know, because they're probably on the top level and they just see the work gets done and they don't know who does it or who you on the ground running does it. So it's really important that perceived value matches actual value.
Okay. A quick question just come through. Listener Starr Radio UK, Career 101 with Linda, HRH Linda Pallien, and we're looking at selling yourself, sales and selling yourself. Now, a question has come in. The person is saying, we know that action speaks louder than words. So there will be somebody who can say, I'm good at that, blah, 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 blah. But we're talking about somebody who just puts his head down, make sure he delivers on everything. So if he's saying that people should like vamp up their whatever their presence on social media and everything and let people know that, yeah, you can do this. But when it comes to delivery, there isn't much to write about. Then what are you talking about?
Okay. So if you're not going to give any value, forget about it. Or forget about anything long term. You can get away with it in the short term.
Okay.
Your morale and your values allow you to do that. Your ethics allow you to do that. But in the long term, it doesn't work because you will get found out.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm talking about is the false modesty and the people who are really doing the job, the underdogs that are not being paid their worth.
Yeah.
This is who needs to be selling themselves and showcasing their talent. Because there's nothing more frustrating than seeing someone who really deserves an award and they've been missed out on this award over and over again, or they deserve a pay rise. They're doing the works of 2 or 3 people or doing the works of managers and not getting the recognition for it. It's very frustrating. And the company can't even afford to lose these people, but they've been seeing it enough or recognizing it enough.
Interesting. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, please go on.
So how do we do this? I'm going to give 3. There's a lot of ways to make sure that your perceived value matches the actual value and you're being paid your worth and you're selling yourself effectively. But I'm going to do three important ones to get you started on selling yourself effectively and your skills effectively. Okay. So the first one is communicating in stories.
Communicating in stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Telling a story. Because the human brain is such that we remember stories. Okay. And people buy into people they know, like, and trust. So if you're saying, oh, I'm a very good communicator, I'm a very good team leader, I've done this and that for customers, it's not as effective as painting a picture and saying, when this customer came in and they were very distressed and they threatened to sue us and they were this and I calmed them down, I spoke to them, and you've got to really paint that picture so clearly. We'll see the value you added in that situation. So that means in CVs and in your interviews, it's giving examples, vivid examples that people can relate to, and say, well, if you can do this in this situation, you can bring this into the job that I'm employing you to do.
Okay. So which is the second one, please?
The second one is communicating effectively. So that you can convey the value. This is where personal and professional branding really kicks in. Okay, if you're a Starr person, like a Sterling employee, and this goes again for, you don't just have to be an employee, anyone providing value, goods and services, so business owners, everyone. If you have a good product, you're a good person, you're a good employee, you've got these set of skills that you can do fantastically, and you're not communicating it, well, no one's going to know, and therefore they're not going to pay you your worth. Or sometimes you might see that there's a really good course or there's a really good book and you can't believe you paid £2 for it. You're thinking this should be everywhere. Why aren't they teaching this in schools? Why is no one shouting from the rooftop about it? And it's because people haven't branded or sold themselves. So the good products
are being undersold. And then sometimes you pay tens of thousands for a product and you think there's no substance there at all. Good at branding and telling you and making all of these promises of what it will deliver, that they've been able to convince people to spend a huge amount of money or a huge amount of time on the product when it doesn't deliver. It's really important as an employee, as a business owner, as an individual, as a stay-at-home mom. You still need to brand yourself and set the rules for how you want to be related to. Be treated.
Okay, interesting. Listen to Starr Radio UK, and HRH is giving us the 3 points of how to actually communicate or sell yourself out. Okay, yes, please go on.
Okay, so we've spoken about speaking in stories so that people remember it. They know, they feel like they know, like, and trust you. And when we look at all the big brands, that's what they do. We know Steve Jobs' story, we know Tony Robbins' story, we know Boris Johnson's story, we know everyone's story. You know, how they grew up, how they got to where they were, what schools they attended. These are all stories that we buy into and remember the people by. Okay, and then the second one we spoke about branding. Branding and communicating your value effectively. You know, if you're giving a high-end product, then you expect a high-end service to go with it. You know, so having that branding that's coherent, that will not put any doubt in the stakeholder's mind of the value. Otherwise, there's a perception and actual value mismatch. If you're a Starr employee, then you need to be communicating to the right people what you do and showing evidence, gathering testimonials from your colleagues and your friends that are really going to testify that you're the Starr employee that deserves that pay rise and promotion. The third one is skills packaging. Skills packaging. And this is for the listeners that really want to change jobs and change fields. Packaging skills so that it's transferable in any industry. Okay, so it relates to you rather than what you've learned. Packaging skills so that you can move. I'm going to use one of my clients as an example now. Move from chemist into business analyst, because you take the same scientific research method you would in testing chemicals to actually conducting a risk analysis assessment or assessment. Okay, we've had handwriting, someone who's gone from being a physicist in NASA to becoming a handwriting specialist because he's working with fine tools and being able to pay attention to detail. Another example is someone who's been a nanny for, I think she was a nanny for 25 years, and then went into selling real estate, but family homes, properties for family homes, because you can paint the picture of how your child will feel running around the pool and walking the open garden. When I used to be a nanny, the children love this most, and actually if you buy this is the best thing you're doing for your children. You know, packaging these skills so you can transfer them from any industry. Feel like you're stuck.
Wow.
That is to sell yourself.
Interesting. Listen to Starr Radio UK. It's gone 3 minutes past 1, but we will bring the conversation to a close in a jiffy. But another question that someone is asked, he says that someone is writing a CV, and they are very, what should I call it? They've got experience, they are well educated, they've got, virtually even more than what is required. But you look at the packaging, the way they've done it, the presentation, it's like quite lengthy. So maybe the first paragraph doesn't capture everything that this person has to do. But in the whole, I'll call it the whole page, they managed to put everything there. Now, what will you advise such person to do if they want to sell themselves?
Oh, this is a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. When I do CVs with my clients, the CV in itself is a communication masterpiece, because you're conveying what you've learned over the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years in 2 pages if you're in the UK. 2 pages is usually the acceptable standard for a CV.
Okay.
So it's really picking out the key important things to include. And a lot of people in their CVs will talk about everything they've done, and of course some of it is repetitive as well. And then a recruiter, by the way, I hope this is not a shock to anybody, you may have spent a year working on your CV. A recruiter on average spends 7 seconds looking at your CV. 7 seconds, not minutes, seconds. Need to be impressive from the word go. The first word I read needs to be impressive. In your experiences, all your highlights should be on top. The most impressive thing you've done should be the first sentence, and then it goes down, and everything else is complimentary. But the first words are so important. What I call your professional highlights or your professional profile at the top, usually people put 4 or 5 word sentences maximum your professional profile. That sums up you as a person and your suitability for the role. Those paragraphs, sometimes it takes 3 days for us to nail that paragraph, but you know that when I'm recruiting, if I read that paragraph and I like it, I will carry on reading the rest of the CV. If I don't like it, I won't read the rest of the CV. I've only got 7 seconds out of 10,000 applications to look through. So really, and again, this is communication is an art that you develop, and you can work with a coach to get perfectly, so that anybody who picks up your CV sees immediately how excellent you are, and then they're able to recruit you that way.
Wow. So if you're listening to us this afternoon and you have an interview to attend, you are at the place, you think that, look, I want to better myself, I want to package myself such that when somebody even sees me from afar, will want to run and come and inquire what or who I am, then you have to continue to listen to us whilst HRH Linda Pallien put her details there for you, because it says the best way to do it, you have a good CV. Woo! 7 seconds. Can I get everything that I want to know about you? Well, she can help you to do that. So, Linda, please, can you put your details across and our closing remarks, please?
Absolutely. You can contact me on at my cheerleader on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, at my cheerleader. My cheerleader is spelled MyCheerLinda. MyCheerLinda. And I'm so passionate about selling, because CVs, cover letters, LinkedIn, it's all a sales job. So you've got, and what I do best is help people sell themselves. People are awesome, they didn't even realize it. And normally you'd see this, you do their CV and they're like, oh my God, are you talking about me? Is this me? You finished with this. And that is such a good payoff for a coach, because then you've been able to show them exactly how they're underselling themselves and what they're capable of. So do get in touch. I have a lot of resources on this. I've got lots of free resources. I've got resources where I'd hold your hand personally and help you do this, so that you can make the best first impression with your CV when you meet someone face to face, online, etc.
Wow.
At my cheerleader.
At my cheerleader. Okay. Listeners, she can also be your cheerleader. She is my cheerleader. She can be yours, but you have to get in touch with her and she will do same. She will help you all the way from the web front right to the bank. What about that? Okay, Linda, let me say thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to the next one.
And it's always a pleasure to have you as well. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, right. Bye-bye. Well, listeners, that was HRH Linda Pallien, all the way from Cyprus. And yeah, we are bringing the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. But if you need any of her books, How to Career Success, and the Career Workbook, get in touch with her or get in touch with Starr Radio, okay, and we will facilitate that for you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. God willing, Tomorrow, we'll be back with the Tuesday edition of the morning show. But until then, I take my leave. And I will tell you to also have a wonderful, jubbly, what do you call it? Tell me, whatever terminology that you want to use. Day and a week. It's a bit nippy in London, but wherever you are, in other parts of the world or in the enjoy your day. Make hay while the sun shines. At times, the Mexican the Mexicans are saying that it's going to be extraordinary hot during the World Cup tournament, so that's why they were trying to get the schools to go on a quick break, an early break. But whatever it is, well, make hay while the sun shines. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So then, let me say thank you very much to each and every one of you tuning in to listen to us. It's yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Stay blessed. Love you all. Bye. I'm out like that.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home, from back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, benku, weche, dollof, Ghana dollof. Oh my God, Ama dollof. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom, London. Yes.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on the Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208-267-501 or 0209-135-196 or 0362-290.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9578.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.